All right, guys, so tonight, thank you so much for joining me. I am going to walk you through some goal setting so that we can actually start making a vision board tonight together. So this is probably going to take a little longer than our normal team Zoom, but it's so worth it. I actually stumbled across this way of doing a vision board a few days ago. And like immediately when I went through the exercises, I was like, I have got to share this with the team, because in the past I have had vision boards. Some have been amazing. Some have just been vision boards that I threw together because maybe we had a vision board party and I was just trying to get all the stuff in there. Maybe I was cutting something out of a magazine. Well, the magazine kind of dictates what you can cut out and can't cut out, right? And so maybe you start cutting out things that you think are cool or you think are great. Tonight, we're going to go through some really tough questions. We're going to have some eye-opening exercises. And from there, I think you guys will really like this. So the first thing you want, if you have the templates, you're going to want the life categories template. Again, if you don't, just take a sheet of paper, write on the top life categories, and then lines 1 through 10. Now, for those of you getting dorky like me and using the highlighters, go ahead and highlight. You can either highlight the number or highlight the whole line, but go ahead and highlight that with the color so that you know what coordinates with that color. Yeah, you can unmute, Kara.
Sorry, what paper did you say to have?
It's the life categories.
Okay.
So go ahead and get your colors ready. This is also just a fun little exercise. You know, I don't know, color makes everything better. But like I said, I did it the other day with just black ink and a plain piece of paper, and it rocked my world. So if you don't have it, it's okay. And so can you guys see we're doing this together. Can you see? You can kind of see. Oh, well, you can kind of see. We are doing this together.
And we're highlighting each number?
Yeah, so let me show you. Each number is going to get a different color if you're highlighting. If not, just hang tight, and as soon as we get done with our colors, we'll be right with you. Are we having fun yet? Oh, shit. Okay, guys, for those of you hopping on, we're just getting started. We're taking the life categories template. And if you don't have the template, that's okay. Just take a sheet of paper and write life categories at the top, number it 1 through 10. And if you want to get fun with the colors, go ahead and give each letter or row its own color. And I'm going to sip on my pink Pro cocktail, I'll call it. When I see lots of people looking at me, I'll assume that the colors are done.
So these were cute in the store, but they're really light on the paper.
Oh,
so
just scribble kind of hard then over the number.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
And if you need to, you can even grab like a blue ink pen, a black ink pen, a green crayon, like just something to give you some color to help delineate it. Okay, so where we're at, we have our life categories. We have it, it's just numbered 1 through 10. So if you don't have the template, just use a sheet of paper. You will hear me say that over and over. To be fancy and make it easier to read, we're putting a color on each line. So it's numbered 1 through 10, and we're giving each line a color. Oh, we're getting people hopping on. Okay, for you OGs, I'm going to go over it one more time because we got some new people that just hopped on. So we're just getting started. This is the life categories. So if you don't have the template, you can just take a sheet of paper and write life categories at the top and number it 1 through 10. And then if you want to go all in, which it does make a lot of sense to your brain when you go all in, you can take different colored either highlighters, markers, crowns, whatever, and give each number, each line its own color. And for you OGs, I promise I will not explain that again. I'll just tell somebody to go back and watch the recording. Okay, so once you have your colors in, you can put your highlighters away for a little bit and you can get out your pen. Okay, we're getting ready to write some things down. So we're getting ready to go through different categories, and you are going to give yourself a rating on 1 through 10. 1 being, oh my gosh, non-existent. 10 being best ever. Now, some of these categories we're going to go to, and they may not matter to you. So if it's non-existent at a 1, but it's non-existent because it doesn't matter to you, then that's okay. Does that make sense? Like if like this isn't one, but if I said luxury handbag, some of you don't care, right? Like I would have a 1, I don't care. But some of you would be like, oh my gosh, I want one so bad, and it's a 1, I don't have it yet. So it's, oh, your answers are all yours. No one's going to see them. This is just for you. Okay, so our first category, so on number 1, I want you to write career. Now for this planning that we're doing, I want you're all obviously side gigging or full-timing Lavelle, right? So some of you have full-time jobs in addition to this. Well, what I want you to categorize or what I want you to rate is the business that you're trying to build. Okay. So if you're like, I'm stuck in the day job and I hate it, that's okay. I want you focused on your Lavelle job. So number 1 is career, and you're going to give yourself 1 through 10. You're going to rate it. Where are you in your career? Are you where you want to be? Are you doing okay? Are you barely surviving? Just 1 through 10. You just rate yourself. So you're going to put that next to career.
Career would not be Lavelle. It would be your professional job or what you do outside of Lavelle, correct?
No, well, unless that's if your career outside of Lavelle is what you really want to grow, then yes, then that's what it would be. My assumption is we're all doing this as a Lavelle exercise. So my assumption is that you're going to rate where you are in your Lavelle career versus where you want to be. And It's not even, I shouldn't even say where you want to be. It's how do you feel about your Lavelle career? Somebody may be on here and they may be getting $50 a week and they may freaking love it. So then they might be a 10, right? But some of you may be on here and you may be like, man, I want to go all the way. I want the car, I want the trips, I want all the stuff. So where are you? How do you feel? This isn't like a grading system and like how well you've done. It's how do you feel about where you are? Okay.
Okay.
All right, number 2, finances. How do you feel about your finances? Are you constantly struggling? Are you starting to get a little better? Are you finally sitting in a great place? Maybe you're in a great place, but you have a big goal that you're after. Like, again, it's how do you feel? So number 2 is finances. And again, if you want to, 1 through 10, give them their own color, because here in a minute, the colors will be very helpful. If not, don't worry about it. Do you maybe want to have more investments and you don't even know what the word means? Or have you been trying to save money, but something keeps happening and your savings keeps getting depleted? Or are you like, girl, I have been saving X amount every month nonstop for 4 years and I'm on track? Like, it's how you feel. Okay. So number 3 is health. Health is very broad. Okay. It could be maybe you're missing doctor's appointments because you don't like to go. Maybe you're carrying around more weight than you would like to. Maybe you're not carrying around enough weight. Maybe you aren't feeling wonderful. Maybe your mental health, maybe you need a break. Or maybe you're like, this is the year. I've made all my doctor's appointments. I'm feeling fantastic. I'm getting my workouts in. I'm eating properly. How do you feel about your current state of your health on a scale of 1 to 10? And again, we're celebrating new goals. So I have my Pink Pro cocktail. I hope you guys have something to drink, something to snack on. Got my candle lit. Got my flowers in the room. We're trying to set the mood, right? To be in the right mindset to set our goals. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Number 4, social life. Now, this is one of those that I threw out earlier. Maybe you don't have a social life, and because that's what you want. And so if you're like, my social life is non-existent and that's the way I want to live, 10, right? It doesn't mean that it's how do you feel about it? Would you wish you did more things with more people? Do you wish you got out of the house more? Do you wish that you had a girlfriend to spend more time with? Or, it's just your social life. How do you feel about that in regards to your current state? How we doing? Is everybody keeping up? Okay. Number 5, family. How do you feel about your family? Your time with your family, your relationship with your family, your ability to be with your family, be present with your family. Do you and your family have shared goals, or are you and your family not talking? Do you pass each other like ships in the night? And again, maybe you pass each other like ships in the night. Maybe that's okay with you. This is how you feel about it. Okay. So I'm not saying one thing is good or one thing is bad, but how do you feel about your relationships with your family? And this could be, you can think about your immediate family or like in my case, my immediate family is me and Tom. But then we have our parents and we have my nephews, I almost said nieces, my nephews. And so there's like extended family, and then I have a million cousins. So how do you feel about your family? Okay, number 6, and this could also be another one that may be nil and void, and that may be okay. So don't be like, I don't have it, so it's a 0. Like maybe 10 is okay right now. Your romance. How are your relationships as far as like a loving, nurturing, caring relationship that you're in? So please remember, I know romance is just the word that they use, but really it's almost like, do you have people in your life that you can be truly intimate with, as in you can totally be yourself? So for a lot of people, that would be your spouse, but maybe you don't have a spouse, or maybe you don't want a spouse. Maybe you had one and got, I don't know. But how do you feel? Do you have people in your life that, like, there's your social life, right? Where you can go hang out with people, say hi, blah, 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 take a picture for the gram and move on. But do you have someone in your life that you can be like, I need to talk, or, I need your support, or like, so romance, but I would call it more of like an intimate relationship. And how do you feel? Do you have a person in your life that you could be open with? Okay, number 7, fun. How much fun do you have in your life? Are you happy with how much fun you're having in your life? Do you want more fun in your life? Do you have too much fun in your life? Everyone's reaction to that one was so funny. Some people were like, yes, no, like everyone was all over the board. Okay, number 8, your spiritual health. So this could mean for somebody, it could mean religion, but it doesn't necessarily have to. It's just your faith in whatever it is that you believe. How are you with your spiritual health? So it could be a matter of, man, I really wish I was spending more time, grounding outside, holding, I don't know, like crystals. Like maybe you want to spend more time with the energy sources. Maybe you're like, oh, I really wish I could spend more time in my Bible study. It could be any of those things and anything in between and above and beyond those things. But how do you feel about it? Are you connected to it? Do you crave it? Do you miss it? Is it filling your cup? I'm talking so much, I forgot to fill it in. So 8 is spiritual health. Okay. Number 9, contribution. Now, yes, that could mean, are you donating to causes monetarily? But what it really boils down to is, how much are you contributing to other people? Part of human nature is to contribute. We feel good about ourselves when we contribute, right? That's just literally, it's like I forget, it's one of the laws of something. But how it could play out maybe in a regular scenario. I work all the time. I barely have time to brush my teeth. I don't have time to help anyone do anything. I can't go help, the lady down the street unload her groceries. I can't donate time at the school. I can't or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe now you're like, I'm finally in a position where I can volunteer at the church for XYZ, or I can cut flowers from the yard and take them to the lady down the street, maybe the man, whatever. So contribution, how do you feel about what you're contributing back to society, helping others? Now, as a thriver, Sheila, yes, meditation could count for your spiritual health. Was that what I just saw that. Did you type that for that? There you are. Okay. I was like, where'd she go? You were in the upper right corner. It's like Brady Bunch, but people move around. Now you're on the bottom. So how do you feel about what you're contributing to society as a whole? As a thriver, we contribute a lot to a lot of people. So, I mean, that's one of the best parts to me of this whole gig is how much we get to contribute. So how do you feel about it? Do you want to contribute more? Are you contributing too much? Some of you may be like, I don't have time to brush my teeth because every time I turn around, I'm contributing to someone besides myself, right? So you could have a total opposite reaction. Okay, number 10, last but not least, your personal growth. How do you feel about your personal growth? Are you growing into the human you want to become? Do you even know who you want to become? Are you, so let's say you know the person you want to become. Are you dedicating time and effort to becoming that person? Are you learning? Are you reading? Are you spending time doing the things you want to do? Are you expanding your mind? Are you constantly in that learning mode? Or are you so like you get home at night and you hit the pillow and you're like, psh, pass out, right? Okay. All right. So keep this list in front of you, okay? And you're going to move on to the circle of balance. If you don't have the template, it's okay. It's a circle. It's a pie chart with 10 sections. So you need 5 lines. So one down the middle, and then kind of nothing else is in the middle. I don't really know how to explain that. And the very first one I did again was just on a blank sheet of paper with black ink, and it's a mess and it wasn't even, but it's okay. It still did its job. So what you're going to do now, above the circle, you're going to write career, finances, health, social life. You're going to go ahead and start writing those things around the circle. Okay. So we're going to do that together.
I'm sorry, I'm going to be that one. I tried to switch to my earbuds and I missed number 10.
Number 10. Number 10 is personal growth. Where are you with your personal growth? And I swear I'm trying to watch the chat, but I'm not doing a good job of it. I'm sorry. Those of you that are using your highlighters, you're going to want to fire those bad boys back up here in a minute. Those of you not using it, it's okay. I promise this will still help you. You'll just see in a minute why it's a little different. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example so that this would make sense to you. So on my number 1 for career, I said 6. I rated myself as a 6. Okay. So in my career pie, this triangle, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm going to go like right here. Let me just do it and show you. Okay, so I filled it up about 60%, right? I'm saying it's a 6 for career, so I'm filling it up about 60%.
Tammy,
So you're gonna, yeah.
if you don't mind, hon, could you share your screen so I could see what that circle looks like? I'm sorry, I have old eyes and all these little squares are messing me up.
You can't see me?
I can, but you're so small because there's so many of us on here. Could you
Oh, you
share
mean go to
that?
speaker view?
Yeah, if you don't mind for just a minute so I can
I can
look
I
at
can do
that
that
a
the
little
whole
better.
time.
I'm sorry.
Is this better?
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
That's okay. I bet other
was-
people wanted to know that too.
Yeah, I was like, I can't see what you're doing.
So see how, so this says career. It's one of the 10.
Okay, so
And
you
then
just
I
go
put-
around the circle and write
Yeah.
the 10 things. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Sorry.
And then you're going to take your coordinate. You can either, so if you're doing this in black and white, you can just fill that in with black and white. It's okay. But if you're doing the colors, I rated myself as a 6. So I filled about 60% of that triangle in.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Now you can't see me, but you can see what I'm doing. So now I'm going to go to my finances. You're just gonna work your way around your circle. You're really gonna start seeing your pie chart come together. Oh, look at everybody making their pie charts. I love a craft with some colors. So you can see how the colors make it a little more fun and easier to mentally, like your eyes understand right away what you're looking at. All right, we gotta be getting close to being done. Get those bad boys filled in because we're gonna move on to the next sheet that's called the goal questions. So again, if you have the template, it says goal questions. If you don't, take a sheet of paper and write at the top goal questions. And these don't require any color. This is just gonna be you, your brain, and an ink pen. Okay, has everybody got their pie done? Your colorful and or black and white pie chart? Okay, keep that out in front of you because here in a minute, we're gonna go back to that here in a minute. All right, are you ready for some tough questions? All right, number one, looking back over 2022 so far, what has been your biggest, most proudest moment?
Which paper are we on now? I'm sorry.
Goal questions. So
Okay.
it's, yeah, goal questions.
Got it. Thanks.
Can you read that one more time?
If you look back over, so basically January through August of 2022 so far, what has been your biggest, most proud moment? Could be something to do with your family, your job, just you yourself, maybe something that a hobby, something that you did. Could be your health. Number two, again, looking back over the year so far, what has been your biggest learning moment? Could have been good, could have been bad. Could have been when you learned something about yourself. Maybe you realized something about yourself. Those realizations about oneself typically come through high moments in life or low moments in life. So maybe something amazing happened to you and then you realize that like, oh, wow, I really liked the recognition more than I would like to admit. Or I will tell you a realization I have had a few times about myself over the last year. I am addicted to this little thing. Like addicted. We have to break up for short periods of time during the day. Maybe you learned that you're stronger than you think. Maybe something happened that you didn't think you would ever make it through, but you did, and now you know that. So it's just a learning moment about you. It could be something that you're proud of, or it could be something that you're like, I'm not so proud of that, but I am glad that I realize it about myself and that I can accept it and move forward. Okay, here comes a doozy. From January to August, what has held you back? People, circumstances, maybe yourself, maybe an addiction, maybe a fear, maybe the television. What has held you back from doing all the things that you know you can do or want to do? I'm like, I would love to blame this little black box, but I'm the one that turns it on. So, but it's good to identify those things. All right, number 4. What are you most embarrassed about or frustrated about right now in your life situation? That could be a myriad of answers. Maybe you're not taking care of yourself the way you want to. Maybe you're not handling a situation the way you want to. Maybe so it could be what you're embarrassed that you're not handling or something that is super frustrating to you. So maybe you're up against something right now that you're just so frustrated by it, you can't seem to get past it. Like you're just focused on it. It's sucking the life out of you, right? It's almost like there are things in life where we know we could do better. Like we know we could, but we either don't know how, we're not sure how, we're afraid to do better. There are things in your life. So think about where in your life do you know you could be doing better, but you're just not. You know, I could do a better job of saving money. I could be much more strict with like automatic withdrawals or something, right? But I'm not. I put away what I want to put away. Okay. All right, number 5. Am I going too fast or is this okay? What if it's something outside of our control to change? That's okay. You can still write it down. If it's something that's frustrating you or something you're embarrassed by, regardless of why or how, you still want to write it down. Because again, you're the only one going to see it. Number 5. Let me read my handwriting again. What will change moving forward? So you all know you came here tonight to vision board for the next 4 months, to work through some goal setting for the next 4 months. So what is going to change moving forward for the next 4 months? You can already start to use some of the information that you've gathered while rating your categories and answering some of these questions. And maybe, excuse me, for those of you that said I'm frustrated with this or embarrassed about this because I know I could be doing better, well, that answer, then maybe now you answer what you're going to do moving forward because you know what you can do better. There's so much thinking. I love it. I love all the, like, everyone's face down, pens on paper. All right, is this helpful so far? Do I have you thinking? Yes, okay. All right, number 6, this is the last thing, and this is, I really honestly think this is kind of tricky. I want you for the next 4 months, now that you've said what's going to be changing, what you're frustrated by, you know what has held you back, you know what you're good at because you know what your big moment was, right? And you've learned something about yourself. For the next 4 months, you can either pick one word or one mantra, one phrase. What is your mantra or one word going to be moving forward for the next 4 months? And if you would like, as you come up with them, throw them in the chat because some people might need to steal ideas. And or be inspired, I should say. And remember, we're talking about 4 months. We're not talking about a lifetime. We're not talking about next year. We're talking about the last 4 months of the year. I am ... Sheila says. Believe, Kara says. That's actually Lavelle's word of the year. Did you know that? Overcomer. I like it, Jacqueline. Well, these are good. Like now just do. Leader. Oh, Rhonda. I felt that. Brave. Just do it. Jen. Wait, it jumped around. And ohm. Just do and ohm. Wait, Melanie, I don't understand. Is it broken apart? You can unmute. Talk to me if you want. Positive growth. Do the damn thing. Yes, Charlotte. Oh, 2 of them. Got you. Okay.
Construction stuff, so it's noisy here, but yeah, I've got 2 of them. The first word that popped in my head was ohm, and then the other one I've kind of settled on the just do. Just
Okay.
do it.
Okay. Don't quit your daydream. I love that. Stay strong, stay focused. My mantra is going to be blaze your own trail. You guys, these are so good. I got goosebumps. Oh. All
I
right.
said nothing gets done sitting on your ass.
No. That's really good too, Beth. I
that's
like
my
you like that.
problem.
That's very
I sit
good.
on my butt too much.
Right? But you know what? There's your realization about yourself, right? What's the
Yes,
thing you
very
learned
much
about
so.
yourself? Okay, so keep all that in mind. We're going to do, we're not even close to being done, girls. All right, next thing is your time wheel. Now, if you don't have the template, all this is a circle. And hang on. Or did I do it wrong? Oh, I think I have too many lines on there. Basically, you want to draw a clock, but it's a 24-hour clock. So the top half is 12 hours, right? 12, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, I think somehow I have too many. Anyway, 12. I don't know. Who put me in charge of pie charts? Oh,
Maybe
someone
the
tell me
12
I did it.
hours, maybe the 12 hours are kind of the gray lines at the top.
Yeah.
That each one of those were 12.
So we're just going to think like, if here's midnight. Oh, can you see that? Sorry, if this is midnight, this would be noon. So this would be 6 and 6. And you can kind of figure that out. Like you can kind of play from there. So
I'm
midnight.
confused.
What'd you say?
I'm confused.
Hang
Are we
on.
doing like 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Like 1 to 12 on the pie chart?
Well,
It's
okay.
like the lines are 20-minute increments.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is that right?
Sorry, I said that wrong.
10 minutes. Wait,
The big lines are 5 minutes. The dark black lines,
yeah.
that's
Well,
like 12 or 1 hour. So every line represents 20 minutes all the
but
way across.
we're actually doing a 24-hour clock.
Oh,
So
okay.
if the top is midnight, the bottom is noon.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So then we have 6 in the morning, 6 p.m. Does that make sense? So kind of break it up like that. Let me just draw a plain one real quick. Do I have a plain sheet of paper? My drawing. So you would just take a circle. This is gonna be bad. I have bad. So you got a circle. You've got midnight and noon, 6 a.m., 6 p.m. That would be the most simplest way to do it. Midnight at the top, noon at the bottom, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Okay. I'll have to fix that template because that doesn't make sense. So let me go and get you guys closer. Okay, so I'm going to use a different color just so it makes sense. So basically for me, 8, 9, let's say I go to bed at 10 p.m. and I get up at 5 a.m. So all of this is, all this orange is me sleeping. So find on your clock, the chunk that you're sleeping. Okay, so that's me going to bed at 10, waking up at 5. Have you ever thought about how much of your day you spend sleeping? So midnight is
Sleep, what's that?
right. Midnight is at the top, noon is at the bottom, and then you got your 6 p.m. and a.m. in between to get your rough draft. And then you can just eyeball it. I'm just guessing between 6 and 10 that, or 6 and midnight, that's 10. So what I want you to do is we're going to continue this exercise on your clock. Now, I know some of you have very different days. I know for me, my days are not, I do tend to go to bed and wake up at the same time, but my days tend to be very different. So I want you to think of your most average day and or your busiest day. So some of you just know straight up that Mondays or Thursdays are the pits because from the second your eyes open till you pass out at night, something's happening, right? So I want you to, and you can use whatever colors you want. These don't have to coordinate it to anything, but I want you to start to fill in. So like I know from 10 to 5, I'm sleeping. My first client is at 7 a.m. So what am I doing between 5 and 7? Right? And then I'm probably going to eat lunch around 11. I was going to say noon, but let's be honest, around 11. And I know I have clients again from 5 to 7 in the evening. So you're just going to start to identify those chunks of time. And that's, I don't know why this was like this. Midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know, this just has too many things on it. But see how like this had the lighter colors in it? That was to help you get a little bit more specific. Like if maybe you have a 30-minute commute to work. And so from work, you've got 30 minutes, then you've got your 9 to 5, we'll say, but in between there, you have your lunch break. So just try to get kind of a rough idea. Oh, I gotta go. Okay, bye. Kind of get a rough idea of where you're spending your time. And again, you can do this in colors, or if you just have black and white. I did my first one in black and white.
Hey, Tammy, are we using different colors for like the daytime stuff that we're doing? Or
You can if you want, just so that it makes more sense to your brain.
Okay.
But for your chunks, but you don't have to. The first time I did, I'll show you the one I did the other day. The first time I did it, I just had I filled it in, and then some I used hash marks, whatever you can do to make, so you look at it, you can see open time and full time. Maybe you have a workout, maybe you do a workout a certain time every day. And so don't think that everything has to be full on this. Hopefully some of you have a half an hour or an hour in your life where I won't call it free time, but maybe unscheduled time. I'm sorry, Melanie says use a different color. Oh, you just asked me that. I'm sorry. I'm doing a horrible job checking the chat tonight. Like if you know me from 9 to 10, I'm in my bedroom on my YouTube watching my gardener and my farmer. That's my downtime. Some people watch Netflix. I watch YouTube. Are you guys surprised yet by any of your time chunks?
Not really, since I started, or we started doing our schedule every day. Yeah.
Yep.
Trying to fit a little bit of me time, intentionally scheduling time for me in the day.
Right.
That was.
But if you don't schedule it, it absolutely won't happen.
Oh yeah.
For
I mean,
sure.
I kind of like working our business in the nooks and crannies. I did me time in between all the other nooks and crannies when there was, and it wasn't working well.
It wasn't happening.
It wasn't happening. No,
Wasn't quite panning out.
no, not at all. Yeah, and figuring out that I actually spend a lot more time doing housework and menial tasks than I actually thought I did.
Yep.
Yikes.
Yep. Oh, sorry, Jen said, since February, I haven't had an average day, but trying to make it more intentional lately. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you get up and move all the way to Alaska. Things are different for you. So, and like I said, I know no one's going to, most people aren't going to have a completely regular day every single day, but I think it's really important to look like, because when I worked through this one the other day, and this is going to shock some of you if you're on my team, Lisa Cook, pay attention. I started a long time ago, and again, my little addiction to this bad boy. I have been, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I literally sit my tush up, and when I'm not detoxing, I take my capsules, rub the snot out of my eyes, flip on the light, and I immediately start my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That has been working for me. But lately, I've been noticing that other things are falling through the crack. So having gone through this exercise, 2 days ago, and when I looked at my time wheel, and I really started looking, I saw times that were open a little later in the morning that I could still get my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 done, but I could also get some exercise in the morning. So this morning I got up and I took myself for a walk. So it's just those little, like when you really start looking and you find some open chunks, or you might even start looking and be like, I don't know, maybe you have a 6 a.m. workout and you hate it, but you think it's the only time you can do it. But then you realize there's a time at 3 in the afternoon on some days you could do it. So
Oh,
it's
no
just,
way I would work out in the afternoon. I gotta get that thing in first thing in the morning or else I am gonna put it off and it won't get done.
everybody is so different. But this is how you can start to see those chunks. And so case in point, all summer, getting up and doing that worked for me. It was working. But I don't know, recently it just has felt off. And even Tom this morning, I was like, I'm gonna go for a walk. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm not, because what I would do is feed the dogs and I would climb back in bed, sit up, take my Thrive and sit there and work. And I was like, yeah, I'm just not gonna get back in bed yet. And I have felt better all day because I didn't get back in bed to do my work. So even though I was working, it was still kind of throwing me off. And again, like back in, June and July, when the sun's coming up at 5:30, it didn't matter. But now that it's staying darker, and I don't know, for whatever reason. So when you start looking at your pie graph, you might start noticing that you're doing something at a certain time and maybe it's not what you want. Or maybe you realize, some of you, if you're really, really, oh yeah, this is the perfect time to do it because of back to school, because everyone's lives have changed, right? If you're really, really honest, and that's why I would encourage you, like, I know this is just a rough draft, but if you really got specific, and I know a lot of you that are in the boot camp have been through this, if you really start getting specific, you will start to find chunks of time where you're like, what do I do during that time? What am I doing during that time? Am I waking up early and then scrolling? Am I waking up early and wandering out to the kitchen and watching the news? Like, you'll really, when you get specific, you'll really start to notice. So this is something we've done together now, but I would encourage you to go back to it and get really, really specific. Now, I like the wheel because, like I said, it helped show me some times that I could use differently. You could also just take a sheet of paper and you could just say, like I would say, start at what time you go to bed. So I would say 10 p.m. and 11, 12, 1, 2, and then you could chunk it that way also, if it makes more sense to you that way. Kara said, my kiddo started school on the 31st, and I'm wondering what I'm going to do all alone. Girl, we're going to figure that out here soon. Okay, so that's your calendar. Your time wheel. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull your circle of balance back out. A quick glance at your circle will show you where you need to make improvements and where you're doing pretty good, right? Now, depending on how many places you need to make improvements, we are getting ready to set 10 goals. I'm like the talking circle. That's so funny. We're getting ready to set 10 goals. So for example, this is backwards. It's so hard. Where I'm doing pretty good, I may not set a goal. I may not vision board anything for that because I'm doing pretty good. Where I'm not, where I'm not doing so hot, I might set 1 or 2, right? So we're going to set 10. So let's say you're pretty even all the way around. You could set 1 goal per category. But if you have a chart similar to mine where some things are hunky-dory and some things are not, I would encourage you to leave the hunky-dory stuff where it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, is how I was raised. But if you got some things that are broken, I would encourage you to start thinking. So for example, in mine where it says finance and I gave myself a 5, so I filled up about half, I would say I'm going to give myself 2 goals based on that, using the question, what's going to change moving forward? So if I know I'm at a 50%, I know there are things I could be doing or things I want to do in that category. What am I going to do moving forward? So first I would have you look at your chart and say, okay, this one's fine. This is fine. This one's fine, but this one is really low. I want at least 2 goals based around this. This one, I'm going to have a goal. And I would still like where it says top 10 goals. Oh, by the way, we're on our top 10 goals. So you're either starting a new sheet of paper or you've gone to your template. I jumped ahead. So for mine, I'm going to say finances. I think that's this color. So I'm going to give it myself at least 2 goals on finance. And I use the color right there. Is it bad? Then fun, wait, is it bad that fun and social life are my highest? That's wonderful. I think that's wonderful. Like health is one that I really want to focus on. So I'm going to give myself 2 goals for health. And so see, I have, oh crap, this is the worst. Zoom, why is everything got to be backwards? So I've got some pink and some orange. Career. I'm going to give myself a couple career goals. Personal growth. I'm going to give myself a couple of goals. All right, so for now, so I know for sure those are the ones I want to give myself at least 2 goals on. So I have my colors there. And now this is when you have to sit and think, okay, Tammy, in the category of finances or self in the category, whatever, what can I do better? What do I want to do better? How am I going to move forward in the next 4 months to be better? So I want you to get really specific. This is the part that's going to take a little while, okay? You're going to get really specific. So for example, if I could, so anybody could say for finances, I'm going to save more money. Oh, okay, well, great. How much is more? If you're saving $1 every week now, $2 would be more. But is that where you want to go? Or you want to save $100 more, right? So I want you to be very specific. For example, for health, if you're like, I need to move my body more. Okay. How many days a week? How long are you going to do it for? What are you going to do? Right? Maybe health is, I need to start eating better. What does that mean? Does that mean, are we cutting something out? Like, are we cutting out booze? Are we going to make sure we have a salad every day? Like, what does it mean? And get really specific. What's the other one? No, I've lost my, I would say, so for career, I'm going to make this Thrive related, right? I want to break 4K. Okay. When? Are you going to do that this month? Are you going to do that by December 31st? And then I would say also throw in a goal of how you can get to 4K. So how could you get to 4K? I'm going to recruit 2 new promoters a month. I'm going to get 1 promoter a month through their VIP 800. Like, be really specific, because then you guys are going to be so surprised how easily your vision board comes together here in a minute. I'm going to take a drink. All this talking. So this is the part where I said you would want something to drink. You probably want to have a snack. This is going to take some thinking. How's it going? You thinking? Is it helpful to think, what am I going to do better in this category? Makes it a little easier to set your goals, because now based on your, where did it go? I have too many things on my desk. Where'd that pie chart go? Oh, here it is. Now, you know, based on this, where you need more goals or more direction. Sometimes one of these categories may be really low, not because you're bad, but you don't know where to go, or you don't know how to fix it, or you've never thought about fixing it before because you've never really realized it was such an important part of your life, right? So now that you see it in pink and purple and yellow, now you know that you're going to create some goals around that so that you can start feeling more balanced and more successful as a whole. Like, there are times in my life where I will just literally be killing it at this job, like killing it. And I'm like, oh my God. But that will also sometimes come at the cost of not eating proper dinner, not exercising that day. Because why? Because I sat in my bed and did my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 longer, right? So it's really important to have that balance, because if you're only killing it in one category, like, so let's say I'm just going to use these as examples. Let's say I'm the healthiest I've ever been, because I literally, I did this once, I competed, right? So you measure all your food, you work out all the time, you take Epsom salt baths, like everything is about your body and your health. But because of that, I haven't seen my family in 6 months. I haven't had a social life because I can't eat out. So maybe you're killing it in one area, but you start to feel icky. You start missing something, right? And so that's why it's so important to keep track of this. And that's why I also think, because now you know, it's so, like, I'm over here writing goals very quickly because now I know where I want to spend my effort. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm gonna move forward, and you may need more time when this is over, and please do finish this, even if it's without us. But I know we're at the hour mark already. So now that you have your top 10 goals in front of you, right? You've got them listed out. I only have 7 of them done, but I want to get rolling here. So, and again, I'm being very vulnerable and sharing these things with you. Not all of them, but I'll share some of them. Because what's going to happen now, if I can be smart, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, this is my Pinterest screen. And Pinterest cracks me up. Clearly, at one point, I was looking at outdoor things. Okay, so up here in the search bar, my first goal, it says save $1,000 a month. So I want to start putting $1,000 a month into my savings account. So I can type in savings account. And I'm going to get some pictures, like this little pig with the money. He'd be cute. This little savings jar, he would be cute. I don't know why we're getting an ad for an underwear thing, but whatever, it's Pinterest. It does its own thing. But to see where oh, there we go. There's the pig again. So savings account, I could even type in $1,000. I don't know what Pinterest, so it's just gonna pull up stuff like that. So let me go to one that I think will be, so anyway, so the point is you're gonna start typing into either Pinterest or Google something related to your goal. So for example, my number 4, I want to make sure that I am fueling my body with vegetables at every meal. It can be tricky sometimes at breakfast, everyone, if you've ever thought about that. Because some days you don't want that. I'm okay with lunch and dinner, but anyway, that's a whole side note. So, what would I don't really want vegetarian. Ooh, look, I immediately saw vegetable garden design. Here we go, vegan breakfast. So I could find pictures of things that I want to add to, like, this would be perfect for me, a savory egg muffin. Well, I would really have eggs in it because I'm not actually a vegetarian, except right now on detox. 2 days left, 2 days left. So I could actually put some pictures of meals that I want to add. I could even just healthy food. I don't know. I'm just being very general here. Okay, hear me out. Do you see this woman right here? The vegan avocado cream pasta? Oh, she's a video. Dang it, she's a video. I don't want a video, lady. You need to go away. I was hoping it was just a picture of a lady eating good, because what you can do is copy that, save that picture, and put your own face on it and put it on your vision board. And I know that might sound funny, but it's very helpful if you're looking at yourself holding a bowl of vegetables all the time, and that's a reminder that's your goal, right? Let's say you want to, we're gonna lift weights for women. Maybe you're gonna start exercising more and you wanna lift weights. You could find a transformation picture. You could find, look at that booty on that girl. Now, who would want to have that picture and have that be their goal booty, right? Look, no waist whatsoever. These would be pictures that you could put, and again, you could put your face on. I mean, look at her arms. Hello, gorgeous. I could put my little face on that, right? If that's your goal. So also what I would have you do from this point on is go into Canva. I love sharing my screen. It's like we're hanging out in the office together. And you can search the Canva templates for desktop. Why is my desktop wallpaper? Canva's maybe it's because I have all this open at once. Canva's like really slow all of a sudden. Okay, so these are all the different pre-planned wallpapers. I would just create a blank one. You can do this on your phone. I'm just doing it on my computer to make it easier to show you guys tonight. And you could literally go into here in the elements and you could put the frame. Oh, the dogs are excited about something. So that's a frame, right? So let's pretend that this is a picture that I had uploaded from one of my goals. Wow. All hell is breaking loose outside the office door. So now I have that, right? And then I could go into my elements again, and this time I could have a square picture. Where'd she go? Oh, nope, wrong one. We could have this picture, and then I could go in here and be like, oh, here's that healthy food I'm going to start eating. And you can just keep layering it and layer. I'm going to put her in the front because she's prettier. You can just start layering. So I could literally take I have two goals per category that I've already selected. I can find a picture from each of those that represents it, right? Maybe you have in your family one that you want to spend more time with your family, or you want to go on a family vacation and maybe you've never been on a family vacation. Let's say you know for sure that you want to go to Disney. We're in Google now, right? So I'm going to go to images, Disney images. Let me type in the castle or something. I don't want Disney Plus. Did I type that? Oh my gosh, here's a picture of the castle. We're going to save it. I'm going to start getting tons of ads for Disney. I can guarantee it. We're going to come in here. We're going to upload a picture. We're going to upload, oh, not that one. We're going to upload Disney. So we're putting that into Canva. See, it's in Canva now. I'm gonna go back to my elements. I'm gonna find a frame that's tall and skinny like the castle. There's my frame. Go back to the uploads. I'm gonna take the picture of Disney and I'm gonna put it in there. So now I've got a fit girl on a beach who's eating healthy and taking her kids to the castle. Do you see how I'm building this really quickly? And you can do this as a desktop wallpaper, and you can save this on your desktop. You can also do this as a cell phone wallpaper and save it on your cell phone. So you don't even have to worry about cutting the magazines and trying to find something that is similar. If you know one of your goals is to go to a particular city, I don't know, let's go to the Garden District of New Orleans. Oh, it's like my computer knew me. I don't have to look for a house that is similar or that has that feeling. I can literally pull up. I want to ride the trolley in the Garden District, and I can actually have that photo. I've actually opened an entire website. Yes, see, Kara is showing you guys hers. So I encourage you to do this and be very specific. Okay, I have to stop sharing this. How do I do that? Stop share. I have to jump off. Okay, bye, Charlotte. Oh, a lot of people had to jump off. Bye, everybody. Oh, Sandra cried the first time she saw the castle. Sonia, she's just using Pinterest. I can see the chat while I was doing all. Is a potato a vegetable? I would like to think so, yes. Is this going on? Yeah, so you can do it one of two ways. You can find all those pictures and you can print them and you can put them on a board. Absolutely. Or you can build it in. Here's the thing, once you gather all of your photos that go back to your 10 goals, once you've gathered them, you can print them and or put them on a digital collage for your phone or for your what's that called, desktop. As a matter of fact, once you take the time to gather all of those pictures, do all of it, have it everywhere, stare at it on your bathroom wall, on a printed out piece of paper, have it on your desktop, have it on your phone, but keep it in front of you. And here's the great thing, because you guys have gone through these questions, and streetcar, thank you. Oh, poor Jen, she hasn't been on very many Zooms with me. I don't ever know the words that I'm actually trying to use. I just make stuff up. So just keep asking yourself when it comes to your goals and your categories, what can I do better? What's going to change from here? And you guys, it could be so specific. So for example, some of you might be like, man, I'm going to get me a new promoter every month. Okay, that's good. That's good. Then I throw that up on your board somewhere. But then maybe next to that board, you could put on there, I'm going live once a week to talk about the opportunity, because how are you going to find promoters, right? You got to put that out there. So you can even have that. So you can have maybe it's a screenshot of you the last time you went live, and you put that up on your board to remind yourself that that's the activity you're going to do to get to that goal, right? Just like how when we had that picture of the girl lunging, it's not just because her glutes were awesome. She's lunging. That's the activity that would get you that goal, right? So a lot of times people are like, I'm going to get this car. Okay, how? Put the activity that's going to get you that car on that board, so you're constantly reminded. It will sink into you, I promise. So anyway, I went over time. Super sorry, only 10 minutes. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you guys have some new ideas. I cannot wait to hear feedback. Please let me know. I know not everyone is on the team with me necessarily, but I so want, thank you, Jen. I so want to hear from people if this helped you. Because like I said, I know it helped me. I will figure out what the heck happened with the time wheel graphic, and I'll fix that. So if you need the updated version, let me know. Not tonight, maybe in a couple of days. But that's it, you guys. Thank you for coming. I hope this was helpful. Thank you. You guys are great. You're awesome. Yay. I hope everyone loves their new markers, claiming all these things. Yes.
Can I ask you one question real quick?
Yeah.
In Canva, because I've been having issues when we have the tutorials and the trainings, I'm doing it. I finally got onto my desktop with it. Where is a good place to go just to get the guidance through how to work it all? Because I tried to upload some story templates that I made, and I did it. I don't know if I was doing it right. I had to trash a lot of them. You mean like a tutorial? Yeah, just like in Canva, is there like a help center or like
Well,
a
there
help
might be in Canva, but
Yeah.
I would go to YouTube.
YouTube? Okay.
I would go to
Okay.
YouTube because there are some amazing YouTubers who were literally, it's unlike what I did tonight. They have multiple cameras set up and they will literally show you what they're clicking and how they're doing it.
Uh-huh.
And that's how I learned everything on YouTube, like
Okay.
literally everything.
Okay.
Oh, and
Thank you,
Kara,
Kara. I'll
Kara
message
says
you.
that Beth, you're always welcome to message her. So,
Yeah.
Kara, it must be really good at Canva.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, but I would definitely go to YouTube. All right,
Okay.
guys, have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.